Hi, I'm Brian Castro from Abstrakt Instruments. We're here at NAMM 2016, and we're showing the Avalon Bassline in the optional filter carts. So the Avalon Bassline is based on the TB303. It shares the same design and parts, through-hole componentry as the original TB303. What we did in addition to that is added some additional analog voice controls and digital controls. So to start, I'm just going to play a pattern. Okay, so we have the original 6 TB303 controls. We got cutoff, resonance, envelope mod, envelope decay, and accent. What we've done is we've added some voice mods. So we've added an accent decay control for accent and notes. We've added a VCA decay setting.
VCA decay?
Yep, so on the TB303, the VCA decay is fixed at about 3 seconds. So here we can actually turn it all the way down and all the way off. So I'm going to turn off accent, and I'll bring in the VCA decay, and you can hear it,
yep.
The decay time coming in, real snappy. So it's variable. Now I'm going to bring back in accent, so you can hear them together. Now we have this additional modulation envelope. So this envelope can be triggered on any steps in a pattern. Add a couple triggers here, and we'll see if we can come up with something musical. Now we'll reset that guy. We've got his sub-oscillator. Sub-oscillator has 3 waveforms, saw, triangle, and square at -1 and -2 octaves.
Cool.
You can turn off the main oscillator so you hear only the sub-oscillator. There's also an external input. When the external input is used, it overrides the sub-oscillator input, and this is actually a preamp for the external input.
Okay, so sub-oscillator can become an external preamp.
Yep, so you can process the external input without hearing the contribution from the TB303 VCO.
And you're saying it's $1049?
I'm sorry?
It's $1049?
It's $949. Yep, filter cards are $99. I'll give you a quick rundown of the sequencer. So it's backwards compatible with the 303. So I'll start a new pattern here. I'm going to clear the pattern. You can program it just like the 303 with pitch and time mode. You actually have feedback though on your step indicators here. I'm getting really good at doing this upside down during the show. Okay. Okay. Turn that main oscillator back. Okay, so now we got a pattern here. So now, the new programming method, the normal pattern write mode for the Avalon Bassline here is you just press a step and then you put all the attributes in. So you press a step, for example, step 1, put your note in, it's like an F upside down here, where your transpose, accent, and slide. And to trigger this additional modulation envelope, you press this button here. Use this envelope, so that's use a trigger. Now, per step on the Avalon, there's a lot of additional per step attributes that are available on the 303. So you press the step button again, and you can set 1 of 4 slide times. You can set different gate times. You can set a filter CV offset per step. So it's like a parameter lock on the filter cutoff value, and that sums itself with all the rest of the filter modulation that's going on. So you get very complex stuff going on.
It is in fact a lot deeper than a 303.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so
pressing one of these backlit buttons makes all of this and all of this active for just that button, just that step in the sequence.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so we have active steps, so you can actually you can turn off steps in a pattern or skip them by making them not active steps or inactive steps. As far as global pattern modifiers, so you've got your pattern running. There's 64 steps, so a pattern can be up to 64 steps. It's very easy to set the last step on a pattern. You just hit the time button, go to the pattern section that you want the last step to reside in, and then you just hit the button, and now the pattern ends at that step. Pattern directions. You have forward, reverse, pendulum mode where it goes back and forth, and then you have a random mode where it's randomizing the pattern direction. You can actually see the LEDs here kind of blinking all over the place. Now you can rotate patterns back and forth.
Is there a chain mode for song play?
Of course, there's a chain mode, yes. Chain mode, you just hold one pattern, click another one, it'll chain them all, and then you play it.
So for live performance, for live DJing.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, so other features here, we're going to look at the back. You've got a full complement of CV and audio I/O. There's a plus or minus 5 volt saw and square out. There's an external input, like I mentioned earlier. There's a VCA output. There's a filter CV input, 1 volt per octave filter CV input. Sweep out is a normalized copy of the accent sweep signal from the 303, so that's like the wow, that's like the smooth filter envelope that is derived on accented notes. It's normalized and sent out the sweep out jack. It's about 0 to 3 volt CV. There's CV and gate outs. We have this FR for frequency response or full range. That extends the low end of the Avalon to go down to 20 hertz. So the TP303 only goes down to about 80 or 90 hertz.
So you can learn more at abstractinstruments.com.
That's correct.
$9.49 for a supercharged 303 clone on mad steroids. Brian, thanks very much for the look.
Thanks. Take care, guys.